Hello, fellow travelers. It is the last day of our cruise. I'm very sad. So, I was going to get up early and film the sunrise, but the bed was too hard to get out of. I just couldn't do it. And then I realized, of course, that on the side of the ship that my balcony is on, I wouldn't be able to see the sunrise. So I've decided I'm going to videotape the sunset instead. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anyway, so I was so lazy this morning, I didn't even get up and get breakfast. So that was a first for this cruise. But I did get up for lunch because I had the Izumi Sushi and Sake Pairing lunch, which was very nice. I did ask them not to do a non-spicy option because spicy food does not agree with me. And they did very well with that. Everything was quite tasty and nothing upset my stomach because it was not too spicy. So I'm sure that was what everybody wanted to know, right? Sorry, too much information. This was Izumi, and we had a table to ourselves doing the sake and sushi pairing. And you can see them prepping the sushi as well, which is nice to see. This is just the general part of the menu, describing some history and that sort of thing. And then they give us the menu that actually has what we're going to be eating, and describes one of the drinks that we had as well. So that was nice. This is the same that was on the last one, but in its own separate menu. Apparently I did not record the carpaccio, but here are the rest of the dishes, and all of the sushi was made specially for me because of the spicy limitation, and so it was all very good, and I do commend them for taking into account my needs. They're also very careful to ask anyone if they have other kinds of allergies, and to be very careful to accommodate people's needs in that respect. The mochi was tasty, a little grainy though, but it was nice flavors. Anyway, so in just a little bit, I'm going to go and see if they're actually doing the North Star. I have an appointment at 2:20, but last time, I believe it was the first sea day, I had it scheduled and they didn't go because it was too windy and too rocky. It's pretty windy and rocky out there today, so yeah, I'm not holding out a lot of hope for the North Star today. I may have to do that on another voyage. Other than that, I have a manicure appointment. I'm going to go to the Solarium Bistro tonight for dinner. Pretty much the only place I could get a reservation that I haven't been, you know. For some reason on the app, you couldn't get any kind of menu except for the alcohol menu when looking at Solarium Bistro, but I thought I'd just show that in case you're interested. You can see that the bistro is largely set up as a buffet style. They do like you to point to what you want though, and they will either hand it to you or they will bring it to your table. I did have someone who basically wanted to arrange a plate for me and bring all of my food to the table instead of me carrying it, which was nice. Not necessary, but nice. And you can see there's quite an array of food here, and I got several items and they were all quite tasty. I didn't have anything that I didn't like. I did not try the soup. Other than that, I did try several of the mains, and I tried some nice desserts as well. And all in all, Solarium Bistro was quite nice. And I would, here's the mains. Well, actually, these are sides as well, couscous and such. But yeah, they specifically ask you not to reach in and take any of the dishes yourself. In some cases, they say that they'll make you a fresh one. Other cases, they just grab it off of the rack and walk with you. Nothing stood out as being unpleasant or anything, and these are my actual choices. And that was the lamb. It was very nice and tender, juicy. They didn't seem to have service for drinks. They had coffee and tea, but that was about it. And so I had iced tea with my meal. One of the places this really shined, though, was the desserts. I got this one and I got that one, and they were both luscious. I don't remember what they're called. I think I have it on the signs when I went through. Put it in the comments if you know what these are called. I'm doing the luggage valet, which is where they actually will take your bags at the normal time out in front of your cabin. It's before 11 p.m. And instead of you having to go and pick them up down on the floor of the port, you actually have them sent directly to your airline, and you don't have to check in because they also check you in and give you a boarding pass. And so I'm thinking that might be pretty cool. I am going to have to be careful what I pack, because usually you have the time to sort of reshuffle the stuff you had from the night before, because, you know, you got to make sure you have your night clothes and you have to make sure you have everything you need for your morning routine, whatever that might be. And so I have to sort of put some thought into what I can do to make sure that everything I'm bringing with me from the ship is going to go past TSA okay. It does take a little extra planning, but I think it's going to be nice to just walk off the ship, go through customs, and go straight to the airport and not have to deal with schlepping my bags along. I'm hoping that's a good thing. They only do it with certain airlines. I'm flying Alaska, which is one of the airlines that's eligible, but I think it might be pretty good. So I'll let you guys know on my recap video for the whole cruise to let you know how that went. Good morning, Solo Sue here. It is disembarkation day, sadly, and I wanted to give you a recap of last night since I forgot to do it last night. I did go and see the show in 270, and that was interesting. There were a lot of ostrich feathers in the beginning, so it's kind of this techno screens in the background mix with aerialists and musicians. There's a guy with a saxophone who was featured pretty prominently. There was some drummers that were featured prominently. Got my pictures. They give you a very nice USB stick, and it's in a box. So you basically pick 5 pictures of the ones that she shot, and those are given to you on USB drive. So they don't print them anymore, which is, I think, a great thing, because it's such a waste of paper to have all of those photos printed that people would never buy, and they'd have to just recycle them all the time. I don't have another cruise scheduled until November. I do have a trip coming up that is on land. I'm going up to Oregon. I'm actually getting some more work done on one of my tattoos. If I can, I will film some of that, because I think it might be interesting for people to see. So until we meet again, happy travels, and take care. Solo Sue signing off.